Good morning. And what a beautiful morning it is. Didn't realize as soon as I turned the camera on that the fog was coming in to the magnitude that the camera now looks like snowflakes, if you will. Again, a beautiful morning, Tuesday, August the 20th. Tuesday, August the 20th. I'm enjoying my coffee and my snack, what we call nabs here in the South. This may be harder than I thought. I don't know how you start your morning, and I can't say this is how I start my morning every morning, but this is my morning start today. The moon, I would say, has been full all night. This is sunrise, not sunset. Again, almost 6 o'clock. It probably is right about 6 o'clock right now. On this beautiful day. And again, as I said, I didn't realize that the fog was going to make its presence. How about I say that? But I would like to show you two different. Now the light has come on the phone automatically to record or to highlight, if you will, in the video. I don't know that I can turn it off. I cannot. At least I don't know how to do it. Many a morning I have recorded a sunrise, and there's so many different colors that are actually presenting themselves. As one fades, one is more apparent. In Genesis, it speaks of, I believe it's the third day. Don't quote me, I'm not even looking. It could be the fourth day. But let's just say the third day, God created the great lights, one to govern the day and one to govern the night. A moon is only a reflection of the sun. The only way it's able to cast its light is because of the sun. Now, how far they are apart right now, I would not venture to say at any point in my life, other than a long ways. As we ride this earth, the world, the globe, there's so many feet of distance between the sun and the moon to us. As I just heard the rooster crowing, now many may realize, wow, that rooster just now crowing this morning. Well, that rooster may have started crowing at 3 o'clock this morning. You never know about a rooster. the birds will start chirping. I'm not around many trees. There's a good line right here. But the male bird is always the first, through the research I did, to claim his domain. But the moon casting a reflection. I made a video, I believe it was on the 8th. I made several videos and posted on that particular day. One of a combine harvesting corn, harvesting grain. And it was a great video for so much happening in one day in 30 minutes that you can hear me say in the video. I'm gonna have to pause this video, stop this video, and start another video probably 2 to 3 times, but I didn't. I kept it going because it was just one of them moments that it was bringing back so many great memories of what I used to do every day during harvest time. And it just meant so much to me. And I don't know if that video's now at 24,000 views or 27,000 views, because I put in the title a certain series of combine. It has captured a lot of attention, if you will. I feel like this particular year, this particular harvest is going to be a very significant year. And it may just be significant to me and those that are on the harvest field. I've been saying for a long time a shaking coming. Many have been speaking of a shaking coming. If you'll notice, I have my Israel pack on, my backpack. I've walked a little over a couple hundred yards this morning. To where I have been spending my mornings. If you will, this would be my office. My most enjoyable office. I get to be between the moon and all the soybeans that I spoke of earlier in some videos of an army, to a magnificent sunrise. It didn't appear to be a cloud in the sky when I got out a while ago and thought about making a movie. And I say making a movie, that would be an understatement. Capturing a video. I'm still trying to eat my nabs, drink my coffee. Cold coffee is not any good, in my opinion, even though I remember people drinking iced coffee. And there may be times that I would like iced coffee or some form of a cold coffee. But it reminds me of scripture where Jesus says, I wish you were hot or cold, but because you're lukewarm, I'll spit you out of my mouth. For coffee drinkers would know what I'm talking about. Where are we headed? And are you ready? What a beautiful full moon. I wish the light wasn't on. I wish I could have thought to cut it off. Not that it really matters, but it just doesn't give you the full effect. It looks like plum daylight, but it's not. As the fog comes through, it's much like the wind. You see the effect, but you don't know where it comes from. There's a similarity in that. Again, I don't even know if this will even pick up on the phone. I'm sure it will. Wow, that was pretty neat. I was reminded earlier of some videos that was posted on this channel December of 2022. There was a couple in front of a fireplace that had flying orbs in it. And I'm reminded right now of what I would say are fog vapors flying through this video. But could it really be more flying orbs that God is pouring out His Spirit on His people with the presence of angels? Many are speaking destruction coming. I spoke that back in June. I didn't realize how many people was speaking it, but I've seen it posted many times. There's so much heat going on in conflict between Ukraine and Russia. They're saying that Ukraine is taking Russia, for lack of better words. There's talk about different nuclear plant there. Who's taken over it versus who it did belong to. I don't want to try to give you the facts. I don't know. I listen to so much. And you don't know what to believe. But I watched many a video here lately, even yesterday. We're talking about food prices being so high. The Democratic candidate supposedly that's running, talking about going to set some kind of rule against price gouging. And store owners were saying normally they should have been marking up 40 cents and they were only marking up 15 cents just because they were so high already. One guy appeared to be, and I'm going to say Indian descent, but I could be wrong, but many of the stores are run by Indian owners. I'm talking to one in Crystal Springs where we're getting ready to do a setup on some property next to them. And the guy was referencing how much prices had went up. And he said, he showed the stock room. The stock room was basically bare. And I wasn't paying that much attention because I was probably trying to do 3 things at once. But he indicated that the stock room was basically bare because he couldn't afford to tie up inventory with money. He goes out into the showroom, out into the display, out into the gondolians, out into the coolers, and they were stocked well, very well. But he picked up a pack of Oreo cookies. Now, I would say Oreos. Some people wouldn't understand what I'm saying, but Oreos, the black cookie with a vanilla wafer in the picture. I prefer the vanilla ones, the golden ones myself is the ones I prefer. But he picked up this pack of Oreo cookies, and the label was even upside down. And it probably didn't matter to him, because that was not what he was advertising. He wasn't advertising for the cookie. He was making a point. I think he even indicated not long ago that he would buy that pack for $150 and sell it for maybe $250. Don't quote me. But if I heard him right, that pack was costing him $450 now, and he was having to sell it for like $750. A pack of Oreo cookies. Now it was a convenience store. It was a fairly large pack. I would not call it a family pack, but I wasn't paying that much attention. But what I would like to ask you to think about, how much more do you pay for a 25-cent pack of nabs that we used to share as brothers and sisters, as they were in a pack and they were stacked on top of one another, 6 to a pack, a little round cylinder shape. Now they make them long, stacks of 2, 3 deep. I'm seeing diesel in different places, $3.09 right now. Most of them $3.29, $3.49. I've seen some at $3.89. I just spent some time with one of my nephews on the 17th and 18th, and he's in California. And I asked him some questions. I asked him some information, how close he was to the giant redwood trees or the sequoia trees. I don't know the difference. And he says about 3 hours, and he went to see these magnificent trees. He said there was one tree that was estimated 4,500 years old. 4,500 years old, estimated. Now, I've heard they were 2,500 years old, and I'm not disputing what he said. He said 40 feet wide. 40 feet wide. But these trees, he said he drove 3 hours. I said, how much was gas? He said $6.80 a gallon. We're paying around $2.90, $2.80, maybe $2.79 here in Mississippi. But just a little over a week ago, he was paying $6.80. And I have seen the stories where something costs so much more. I can't believe that this camera has been recording for 18 minutes and 53 seconds. And I haven't finished my coffee or my nabs. I watch many people's videos, and they can say a lot in 5 minutes, and my hat is off to them. I apologize, I'm not that way. I've been working on this fence just to kill the weeds. Where the vegetation is just overtaking a magnificent, or a very, very elaborate fence in its day that went around 3/4 of this place, maybe even more. But my new walk trail, now I could tell you I've done a lot of walking there to make that bare, but I would be misleading you. I drug that with a pallet behind a 4x4 side by side with a large weight on top of it. And it worked pretty good. Where are we headed? And are you ready? The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Getting ready to do some services. Working on getting lots cleaned, permission slips granted, paperwork drawn up, insurance provided, sound systems worked on, lights, all the things that go into it. Because harvest time is now. I see where one of the last articles I watched last night with this guy was saying how people's credit cards are being, their line of credit, one person's went from 17,000 to 5,000. They lost their emergency fund credit card. Not fully, but you don't know what they didn't say what their balance was on this card that was knocked from 17,000 to 5,000. I hope you have a beautiful day. God bless you. Made Like New Ministries. Just another beautiful morning. Tuesday, August the, I believe it's the 20th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th of 2024. God bless you. Made Like New Ministries. Enjoying my coffee and the sun rise and the moon setting.